happening now.
Time begins. Thirty seconds. One minute.
In The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy has to find her way home from Oz to Kansas. Now, in this part, she doesn't know how to get home. All she knows is that these ruby slippers are stuck to her feet. A wicked witch wants to kill her, and she just wants to go home. That's all she knows. But she meets friends along the way and figures out that she needs to watch out for that wicked witch of the West. Because come to find out that those shoes are what will set her free and send her home. So this leads me into my quote today of what you inspect is what you improve. And I believe that Shantara Hardy is trying to say to watch yourself. And we can agree with this quote for two different arguments. We need to understand the truth, and we need that the truth can set you free. So looking at my first argument of understanding the truth, something important with understanding the truth is understanding how false accusations work and understanding that the importance of that and how when we know the truth, we can understand what's really going on. And I have two different examples for this. I have William Quinzel and I have the Rolling Stone magazine. Now, William Quinzel was convicted of murdering a store clerk in the 80s based on the plea deal confession that his roommate signed. Even though there was substantial evidence that someone else had committed the murder, including a murder weapon and the victim's blood on a piece of clothing, Quinzel should have been granted a new trial, but instead was denied twice, but ended up dying in prison due to being denied in 2022, according to the Washington Post. Now we can look at the Rolling Stone magazine. Now, the Rolling Stone magazine posted an article in November of 2014 about a rape at the fraternity of University of Virginia. Due to their lack of fact-checking and not realizing that this had not happened and that the woman's accusations were false, the Rolling Stone magazine ended up spending years in courts and had to pay out millions to those who were harmed by this article. Now that you have to understand the truth and understand what is going on in order to figure out how to truly set yourself free. Now that leads me into my second argument of the truth can set you free. Understanding what really happened can help you lead you to doing things that are greater and beyond understanding what really happened. So we can look at this through two different examples, Judy Garland and Johnny Depp. Now, Judy Garland is the actor for Dorothy, but she struggled many years with a drug addiction. From a young age, her mother had been giving her drugs in order to make her prettier or to make her seem skinnier in order to get roles in acting. Now, due to this, Judy Garland didn't understand at a young age what the drugs were doing to her, including even the cigarettes. But as she got older, she discovered what these drugs were doing to her. At times, she tried to quit, and sometimes she succeeded, especially when she moved on and had kids and had a life and had family. But eventually, she fell back to these drugs. And even though she was happy with her life, with her children and her family, the drugs ended up taking her life. Now we can look at Johnny Depp. Now, Johnny Depp knows what happened between him and Amber Heard. There's evidence that shows that Amber Heard was being abusive towards Depp, including a recorded phone call that Heard states that she hit but did not punch Depp, or even there are recorded body cam footage that shows no damage to their property or to the people inside of the property. Now, this shows that Johnny Depp knows what happened. And even though he did not get truth inside the courts, he moved on. He was able to create a band and start playing music. Now, do we still wish that he could be an actor? Yes. And the truth will eventually set him free. So going back to my quote today of what you inspect is what you improve. And I believe Shantira Hardy, who is the co-founder and chief of strategy for Civic Eagle, which is a national consulting firm that uses technology to promote better democratic outcomes for people in their communities, is trying to say, watch yourself. And we can look at this through two different arguments: understanding your truth through the William Quinzel trial and the Rolling Stone magazine, and that the truth can set you free through Johnny Depp and Judy Garland examples. Now, going all the way back to Dorothy, she needed to watch herself and understand that what was happening with the Wicked Witch was not a good thing, and she needed to keep moving forward to understand and get that these ruby slippers would set her free so she could just go home.